Hello, my name is Maria Fernanda, and today I'm going to talk about my TED Talk number 3. I choose this topic because I think that it's important to know these facts about bees. Because bees in agriculture are important. Bees, like ants, evolved from the wasps. The ancestors of the bees were members of the Crabronidae family and were insect predators. It is possible that the first bees had fed on the pollen that covered some of their prey, and that gradually they had begun to feed their young with pollen instead of insects. In regard of to the behavior, the dominant characteristic is that they collect pollen and nectar to feed their larvae and have anatomical and physiological adaptations to perform these functions. Some wasps, such as pollen wasps, Brachygastra, and common tea wasps also perform some of these activities. There are also species of bees that feed their young with the carrion or garbage. The term of pollination refers to the displacement to or transfer the pollen from a flower that produces it to another flower of the same species, in principle that receives it. This phenomenon, which is so simple at the first sight, has immediate and very important consequences, such as the formation of the fruit of vital importance that it has a vital importance in agriculture, and the formation of the seed, which will serve that the vegetable to perpetuate its species and multiply. Thus, flowers and insects are the clearest example of mutualism between the animal kingdom and the vegetable kingdom. Thousands of years' evolution had adapted them mutually, so that both get great advantages with it. Among the pollination insects, the most effective belong to the order of Hymenoptera. In areas of temperate climate, it has been estimated that 17 or 95% of pollinating insects are Hymenoptera order. Among these, mention should be made of solitary bees, bumblebees, and above all, honeybees. Making a recount, we see that in a colony of medium size live about 16,000 of individuals, of which 2 or 3, about the 40%, more or less, go out every day for pollen and nectar, which daily frequency of 15 or 20 trips, during each of which they visit from 30 to 50 flowers per day. If we do the calculations for a single colony, in one day we reach the magnitude of millions of flowers visited every day. If we consider by experiments carry out an average working radius of 115 meters, each hive would be responsible of 700 hectares of land. If we also take into account that each flower yields to the bee nectar in quantities that are measured in milligrams. For each kilo of honey, it takes of hundreds of thousands of bee seeds. This quick review can give us an idea of the magnitude of the phenomenon. Agriculture is the first and genuine beneficiary of the service provided by bees. In contribution, in an economic terms, is really significant, to such an extent that direct income of beekeeping, honey, wax, pollen, and other products goes to a second term. It is already indisputable that bees, and which them beekeepers participate to a considerable extent in agricultural production. Thanks to this role, the private patrimony of beekeepers becomes a public property. Science, the benefit derived from their work is felt throughout the community, thus establishing the reciprocal links between bees, environment, agriculture, and human being, which must be protected. In the other side, the majority of beekeepers are by hobby. Normally, they only have or work with a few beehives. Its main attraction it is interested in ecology and natural science. Honey is a byproduct of the intertreatment, and as a significant investment is usually required to establish a small apiary and dozens of hours of work with the equipment of hives and honey. Beekeeping as an entertainment is usually not profitable outside Europe, where the lack of organic bee products sometimes causes the booming demand of honey products produced by privily. Beekeeping as a secondary business tries to take advantage of keeping the bees, but relies on another source of income. These beekeeping keepers usually operate with about 300 bees colony, producing 10 or 20 metric tons of honey each year that are worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thank you.